Okay, my friend. Okay, my friend. Let's do this. Happy birthday, Ice T. Hold on. Y'all don't understand what's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? We're honoring right now Tracy Murray. First of all, welcome to the block on bboxradio.com, the in-house version. Because we doing our things out here and we're about to blow up in different ways, So shout to everybody. DJ Mr. Clean out there, my man Young JR, Ray Lover, no other. Roxanne, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? Capital P, Goodwill, Donna, Adam, the whole teams, all the people's out there. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this real quick.
Let's do it. I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster, stalking, living life like a firecracker, quick as my fuse, then dead as a death, back the colors I choose, red or blue, cause blood, it just don't matter, sucker died for your life when my shotgun scattered, colors, we get to LA, we'll never die. Just multiply colors. People don't even understand. They don't even know what they deal with. You want to get rid of gangs? It's going to take a lot of work. But people on the side, this ain't no joke, man. This is real. 6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeak across the bathroom floor. Out my back window, make my escape. Didn't even get to grab my old food tape. Mad with no music, happy cause free. And the streets to a player is a place to be. Got a knot in my pocket weighing at least $1,000. Gold on my neck, my pistol's close in hand. I'm a self-made monster of the city streets. Remotely controlled by hard hip-hop beats. But just living in the city is a serious task. Didn't know what the cops wanted, didn't have time to ask. See my homeboys cooling way out. Told them I'm a morning cold, buzzed them out. Shot a little dice till my knees got sore. Kicked around the story the night before. Posse to the corner where the fly girls chill. Threw action at some freaks, so one bitch got ill. She started acting silly, said we would not quit. Call us all punks, she said we are one shit. As we walked over to her, hope continued to speak. So we beat the bitch down in the goddamn street. But just living in the city is a serious task. Bitch didn't know it hit her, didn't have time to ask.
When I grow up, I'm gonna be a pilot. Man, I wanna be like Michael Jordan. I wanna be like them across the street. Hi, mister, how you make your money?
Word, I pull the trigger long, grit my teeth, spray to every nigga gone. Got my block sewn on at the spot. Last thing I sweat, so sucker punk cop. It's like a king when I roll hop. You try to flex, bang, another nigga drop. You gotta deal with this, cause in the way out. Why? Cash money ain't never gonna play out. I got nothing to lose, much to gain. In my brain, I got a capitalist migraine. I gotta get paid tonight. You motherfucking right, stick in my grip. Check my, keep my game tight. So many hoes on my jock, think I'm a movie star. 19, I got a $50,000 car. Go to school, I ain't going for it. Kiss my ass, bust the cap on the Moet. Cause I don't wanna hit that crap. Rather be a New Jack hustler.
Woo! Wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? We're going into the life. The honoring the life of one of the brothers that bridged the gap between West Coast and East Coast hip hop. broke his way in a major way, broke his lane into the super highway of Hollywood. The brother Ice-T, you know what I'm saying? Putting it down for years. Catch him on the Twitter tip, Final Level. Ice-T, man. We don't talk enough about him, right? You know what I'm saying? Because he's from another coast over here in the East Coast, he's received a different way. We know from Colors and the soundtrack that he delivered there. We know him from, of course, the iconic movie New Jack City. But, you know, he's put his talents in different other movies that, you know, basically expanded his experience as an actor, which was very nice and very good. Everything from Surviving the Game to Trespass to Ricochet. Man, and of course, as you know, the long-running Law and Order SVU. So that is it's a beautiful accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? If you can come into the YouTube channel, the block at bboxradio.com. I'm gonna type the link in the comments. You can get on, add on, and build. Let's get back into this, man. What am I talking about? Let's go.
Hustler. H-U-S-T-L-E-R, hustler.
Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? You got it going on, my man. I like how it's going down. You got the fly floor, the girls, the jewels. Look at that ring right there. I know it's real. It's gotta be real. Man, you the flyest nigga I saved my life. Yo, man, I just want to roll with you, man. How can I?
Go from the fly kid. The Ice Mike is back with the highness. You should lost the place. You're not hate in your face. If you ever heard a gunshot, so the pusher, the play, the pin, gangster, the hustler, high roller, dead Prince holder. It's gonna happen like a black throne. Evilly, turn up the microphone so I can feel it break on the rolling tape. Another album to make. Great. Islam turn the bass, kick up a bit. Hype snare. Now I got a place to sit and ride the track like a black Mac in his black. Hit the corner slow where the girls are at. Kick game the way it should be done. How you gonna drop science? You stupid ignorant. Don't even talk to me. In school you drop math, science, and history. And then you get on the mic and try to act smart. But let me tell you one thing, you got hard to perpetrate your bait. So just wait till the press shove a mic in your face. Or you meet me down at Chuck D, Stetsonic, or the Big Daddy. And they ask you about the game you claim you got. Drop science now, why not? You start to sweat and fret, it gets hot. How'd you get into this spot?
You played yourself. Yeah. I'm not even gonna, you know, listen. Shout out to all my Ice-T fans out there, man. Shoot. You gotta understand, he delivered a silky message with his vibe, you know what I'm saying? He came from the streets, South Central LA, came up big in that disco, going into the hip hop era where they had the electric boogaloo, things of that nature. Shout out to the Boogaloo Shrimp out there, Michael Chambers, you know what I'm saying? Also Turbo, you know what I'm saying? Shabba-Doo, all them peoples out there. You know what I'm saying? So it was more of like a techno, funk, like I said, the disco, a lot of electric sounds out there in LA. LA is a fast-paced city, you know what I'm saying, in its own right. But they're also laid back at the same time. They have a lot of beaches, a lot of nightlife, you know, of course, Hollywood. So the way they portray it, their lifestyle is laid back, but it's still electric, you know what I'm saying? And Ice-T, when he came up on scene, he definitely, you know, portrayed that character, you know what I'm saying? So the first track I gave for your listening pleasure was Colors, but actually the first track we came out with was 6 in the Morning. basically coming behind the success of Boys in the Hood, which I heard a little more, even though people would say that 6 in the Morning came out a little earlier. Please correct me on that if you can. Come to the block on bboxradio.com. For the first part, we're going to deal with Ice-T, give him his flowers while he's still here, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to him in this movie, the final, final next level, you know, if you're on the Twitter thing, whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? And let's proceed to rock.
Play yourself. Yo, you play yourself. I'm no authority, but I know the DEAL when it comes to the female. What you got, they want, cash is what they need. Slip sucker and they'll break you with speed. But you meet a freak, you try to turn out. Spending money's what I'm talking about. But you blew out, your pocket got blew out. And after the date, no boots, you got threw out. Man shook, cause your duckers got took. Call her up, phone's off the hook. But who told you to front and flaunt your grip? You can't buy no relationship, you played yourself. Yo, homeboy, you played yourself. Speed of life, fast. It's like walking barefoot over broken glass. It's like jumping rope on a razor blade. All lightning quick, decision made. Lifestyle, plush. Female, rush. This high-profile personality who earns his pay legally. Professional, liar. Schoolboys admire. Young girls desire. Very few live to retire. Cash flow extreme. West Coast supreme. Vocabulary obscene. Definition street player. You know what I mean? The high rollers.
Yo, Ice, man, make some flavor for me, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, yo, some of that gangster street film shit, come on, man.
People of the city, stop fooling yourself. Crime rules the streets. Who the hell else? All the police have gone out to play. Cause for enough cold cash to look the other way. Look at the cars that they roll by. Benzes, Ferraris, trucks up high. Beepers connect the players to big time deals. With all of this technology, who needs to see? Just live a life of leisure every night and day. And your living proves that crime does pay. Your life is dangerous and reckless. You eat fly guys and girls for breakfast. You're a titan of the nuclear age. Your muscles flex with the Uzi or 12 gauge. And you love the game, that's why you boast. Cause you're high price, high speed, high post, high roll.
Hey, yo, Ice, man, you know what I'm saying? That shit is cool. Fresh, man, you know what I'm saying? Gangster shit, just pure gangster shit. Run it down the line for the time.
Now when I say
Man, oh man. Yeah. That's Ice-T with High Roller. Wow. We talk about longevity. You talk about reaching, reinventing itself. You talk about somebody was able to last the test of time, change itself. You know what I'm saying? Come amongst the adversity, because we're going to talk about how one song changed the trajectory of his lifestyle, you know, and his career in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's just phenomenal to see him bounce back. And like I said, he doesn't get enough, you know, accolades, enough homage. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that the people do respect him when he walks through the industry. But check this out, man. He was born on the 16th in 1958, man. First, right there in Newark, New Jersey, of all places. You know what I'm saying? So he was actually from the East Coast. Went out west, made his mark in the street game. You know what I'm saying? Without even getting caught up in too much of the sides. You know, he's basically he said about himself, he's a burglar. You know, man of the streets. You know, he of course, you know, it's corrupt. You know what I'm saying? He had to survive the way he needed to survive, but he saw in hip hop his lane, his love for words, and definitely poetry and those Robert Beck books, you know, who penned himself under the name of Iceberg Slim. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody was familiar with those type of books, like Robert Beck, the Iceberg Slim, Donald Goines books, Al.C. Clark, and a host of other street knowledge books, you know, they basically told the gritty side of a lot of stuff going on. Let me flip my camera. Let me stop playing with y'all real quick. Yeah. Peace. Well known. This, you know what I'm saying? Up to the block, the BBoxRadio.com. Shouts to my homies and all that. Right. And basically with those books, they gave you a glimpse into life stories, trials and tribulations of different characters. And even the most grittiest, ugliest images was put in the books. You know, one of the classic books was Trick Baby, you know, where you meet the character Iceberg Slim and his cold responses and nuances to you know, get street information and building his way towards this like a small response to society that said you weren't going to be Jack anyway. And that was always a sentiment back in those days. And, you know, when as a young brother and sister getting those books, it was after books like Richard Wright, you know, saying Native Son or Black Boy, where, you know, the coming of age story was different. It was after things like Raisin in the Sun. You know what I'm saying? There was still a level of respectability and discipline, trying to work with the system, trying to figure themselves out in a dignified manner. But then the street goriness of, you know, Robbie Beck and Donald Goines, especially, how they drove the images out of people that were basically thrown away by society and didn't have a voice calling from the street, were able, you know, to find their life through these men's pen, you know, and it's basically reporting at a different level. So you get a young Ice-T, you know what I'm saying, he gets this information and he thrives with it. He thrives with it and he attaches it to his persona. And I'm gonna play an interview that he did for one of the players' balls. You know what I'm saying? He basically tells you how he was able to get this information ahead and, you know, basically incorporate it into his lifestyle. You know, because at the end of the day, it's all about how you express yourself and connect with other people. So he was able to use his gift of gab to turn nothing into something. And that is the message of hip hop. Peep game on that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go to a couple more songs. Happy birthday, Tracy Morrow. You know what I'm saying? East to West. And like I said, he was the bridge, one of the first bridges of the East Coast music and West Coast music. He had the Rhyme Syndicate, you know what I'm saying, that had people like Everlast, Islam, Zulu Nation. Then also had, you know, people like Jeff was a part of it, and some people from the West Coast. Also, what's the brother name? Schoolie D. No, Donald D. FBI. Base Institute. That's why we always get that part. And a lot of his music also had messages in it, from anti-drug messages to stop the violence messages. He was always proactive in stating that, you know, and carrying himself as a respectable young black male, even though having to have a toe dipped into, you know, the on that beat. You know what I'm saying? So that's just an interesting dynamic that a lot of young men went through, and some ways are still going through. And now there's more information out there and more outlets out there to get themselves away from such things. So, you know what I'm saying? Much power, much respect to the brother Ice-T. Let's get into a couple more joints. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? It's the block. Let's go.
is Ice-T. Get to the point.
Ice, what do you think about this year not being so hard? Maybe if you would dance or something.
We were also thinking about maybe changing your haircut, maybe a little glitter in your wardrobe. You know, spice it up.
Years ago, I used to listen to rapper flow, talking about the way they rock the mic at the disco. I like to have stuff was going down. Dreamt about ripping the mic with my own sound. So I tried to rhyme something like them. My boy said that you Ice, that stuff sounds like them. So I sat back, thought up a new track, didn't fantasize, kick the pure facts. All the suckers got scared cause they was unprepared. Who would tell it how it really was, who dared? A young brother from the west coast of LA, South Central, fool where the Crips and the Blood play. When I wrote about parties that didn't fit. Yeah, that's it.
OG, original gangster. 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 OG, original gangster.
When I wrote at a party, someone always died. When I tried to ride happy, I knew I lied. Cause I live a life of crime. Why play the blind? A simple looking anyone with two cents would know I'm a hardcore player from the streets. Rapping out hardcore tops over hardcore drum beats. A little different than the average though. Get you through the fast lane, pop you on death row. Cause anybody who's been there knows that life ain't so lovely on the blood so fast track. That invincible junk don't work. Throw you in the joint, you'll be coming out feet first. So I blast the mic with my style. Sometimes I'm ill, and other times buck wild. But the science is always there. I'd be a true sucker if I act like I didn't care. I rap for brothers just like myself. They buy the game and quest for extreme wealth. But I kick it to you hard and real. One wrong move, and your cap's peeled. I ain't no superhero, I ain't no Marvel comic. But when it comes to the game, I'm atomic and dropping it straight point blank and twisted. No imagination needed, cause I lived it. This ain't no damn dope, this thing is real to me. I'm Ice-T. OG.
OG, original gangster. OG, original gangster. OG, original gangster. OG, original gangster.
2 weeks ago, I was out at the disco. Two brothers stepped up to me, said, hey, yo, Ice, we don't think you're down. What set you claiming? E drew the Glock. Yo, my set's in, dumb sucker, but to try to roll on me. Please, I'm protected by 1,000 MCs and hoodlums and hustlers and bangers with Jerry curls. We won't even count the girls, cause they got my back and I got theirs too. Fight the streets when I'm on broad Donahue. They try to sweat a brother, but they just didn't figure that my wheel set's quick as a hair trigger. He's not your everyday type prankster. I'm Ice-T, the original gangster.
OG, original gangster. OG, original gangster. OG, original gangster. OG, original gangster.
Once you max something out, man, ain't no fun no more. I had my shit full blast. I was at the top. I couldn't really get no farther. I had all the, you know, the medallions, jewels, and shit. And then basically I was like, I got shot twice. I was like, look, you know, and then that rap thing, man, it was like, yo, you got action at doing this. You know, my idol's Iceberg Slim. I'm named myself after him. If I'm gonna sit up and break a bitch down and have her doing anything, I could sit in front of this white man and break him down the exact same way. It ain't no difference. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want no pussy. I never want a pussy from a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'm finna play this motherfucker. I'm really finna see how far I can take this shit. And I've been doing it ever since. I can't act. I really can't act. I ain't no rapper. It's all game. Ain't nobody. I'm just working these niggas. And then the funny thing is when I get out here and I deal with different individuals, they say, well, Ice, you know, you ain't. I'm like, nigga, it's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem. That's not a problem. If I could still do it better now than ever. I can knock 95% of any niggas bitches. I know I can do the shit. It's not a problem, man. But it's like that was a new adventure for me to get over here. And real niggas can see it. They think this nigga's playing. But
Yo, what's up, man? I need to get high, man. I need to get hold of some big time dope, man. You know I can get the key.
I know we can get an LP.
LP, man. If you went crazy, man, I'm talking about some dope, man. I need to get high right now, man. Why don't you hook me up with a 5-0?
I can hook you up with a 12-inch.
12-inch, man. You done went crazy. You don't even know what time it is. Out here on the streets, you don't know what time it is, man. You's a fool. Yo, homeboy, you a fool. You don't know what time it is out here messing up your mind. You know what I'm saying? This is Ice-T talking to you, boy. I'm gonna tell you what time it is. Yo, it's time for me to pump up the volume. No problem, the record's revolving. Evil's the mix, I'm the rap trickster. Paparazzi on the bum rush for pictures, ice. Coolio colder than ever. Punk executioner, he pull the lever. Rotate the wax, then cutting tracks. Push up the level till the red lights act. Don't try to size up, you better rise up to the rap criminals. We're on rise up, we're selling dope till we succeeded. Dope beats and lyrics, no beepers needed. For this drug deal, I'm the big wheel. The dope I'm selling, you don't smoke, you feel. Out on the dance floor, on a world tour. I'm selling dope in each and every record store. I'm the kingpin, the wax pins. Crack a smack, take you to a show end. You don't need it, just throw that way. You want to get high, let the record play.
Oh man, I like this dope here, man. It's feeling all right, boy. What'd you say your name was, man?
I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm that in the alley. I'm the brother when you need a kid player to receive. You know me, I'm your friend, your main boy to get in. MC Ice-T. I'm the pusher.
I know you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, back to the block. Business as usual. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That was Brother Ice-T representing one time for your mind, South Central LA. Happy birthday, man. 1958, man. Wow, that came out in 88. So he's 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? Telling the message to the youth, you know, switch the game up from the crack game to the rap game. Oh man, you know, you had to catch feelings. You had to catch some type of vibes back then, man, because it was something that was, you know, really important. The Crack is Whack movement was out, and like I said, he has a career running at this time. You know what I'm saying? What movies was under? I think it was Ricochet, and we're just about to get, and if not already have gotten New Jack City, which is, you know, hood classic, iconic, right? You know what I'm saying? And like he said in the interview, he couldn't do any of that. Not really necessarily the best rapper, but he loved the art form and the culture. So he stuck with giving you tales of the city, tales of things that he's seen behind his eyes, as well as, you know what I'm saying, still delivering good messages inside of the lyrics. He still wanted lyrics in it, you know what I'm saying? Still had hardcore beats, wanted to make sure he supplied the streets well with his craft. You know what I mean? And then to flip it visually, you know what I'm saying, to translate that image wise onto the big screen was a great deal for us, because, like, you know, one of the first rappers to break through like that, like, man, in a great way. No games, but he did flip the image. You know what I'm saying? Went from gangster to officer. And I remember one of the interviews that he said that to be able to do that was no big stretch, because, you know, some of the biggest gangsters that he ran across were officers. You know what I'm saying? They told it the way they needed to tell it. They tell you once, not too many times more. You know what I'm saying? Instructions were given. If you don't follow instructions, you know, you had to lay down. And that was the energy from where he came from. So that can't be denied. Now, the controversy came in with the song Cop Killer, you know, which is, you know, one of those very high, I wouldn't say it was marketed, but it was highly publicized at one point, because it did reflect the sentiment of people around that time, but also the controversy and the backlash of just having those two words together. It can really, you know, tear up people's insight on what the message is really about. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you don't wish that on anybody, but, you know, definitely Warner Brothers and a lot of the record companies was not trying to feel that. No media outlets was not trying to hear it. It was for the rock group that he had at the time called Body Count. And, you know, for many, they said it marred a little bit of his career. You know, it stopped it. But in the level of artistry, it was a call of expression for the youth and those that didn't like the stronghold that the LAPD had on the people. You know, there was actually, you know, basically rallying around that as one of those songs to spell out that message of, you know, revolution and, you know, this is all we can stand and we're not going to stand for no more. And that was the outcry right there. So, you know, I think it was a lot of fake outrage from corporations at one point, but, you know, I can definitely see that, you know, you don't want your suburban kid to have a copy of this with that name plastered across it. You know, it could definitely cause some type of curiosity, to say the least. And he still was able to roll past that, did a couple more successful movies and Surviving the Game. And it just kept motoring through, you know, and then boom, he lands the Law and Order, which is one of the most longest running shows, especially in syndication. You know, I would like to say it of all time, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's like The Honeymooners and things of that nature. You know, that as a crime drama, beautiful, beautiful. And was able to, you know, stay the course and deliver a new personality to you in the form of Ice-T. Of course, you know, the reality show that he had with his wife Coco and the dog and everything like that. So, you know, it's interesting to see these characters, you know, these hardcore rappers flip the character all the way, maybe sometimes 360 degrees, you know, same thing with Ice Cube and LL, you know, into these family fun, these fun family orientated characters, you know what I'm saying, that filled our homes and also gave us good memories and stuff like that. So, yo, kudos to that. You know, can't be denied. I'm gonna play the second half of the Ice-T Players Ball thing. That's another thing about, you know, the Ice-T thing. He was able to channel himself in different communities, from the righteous consciousness of the Zulu Nation, of course, coming from the street knowledge, street organization based, you know, colors, you know what I'm saying, you know, with the neighborhoods around South Central Los Angeles and abroad, then into the players and the pimps, you know, at that time, you know what I'm saying, because there was a certain level of code speak that was amongst them that made hip hop, molded hip hop in such a way, you know what I'm saying, where, you know, of course you got more males than women, and also there was a way of speaking that was very poetic, very fluent, but also, you know, because of the misogyny, I wouldn't say aggressive, but off-putting at times. And there's people that was doing some crazy stuff in the name of, you know what I'm saying, the P, as they say in the sporting life. So that's something I would like to, you know, structure in another live and another dialogue. So if you can, please send some feedback to see if you don't want to be a part of that. You know, what happened when the PIMP, put it in my pocket, positive imagery, my potential, you know, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, came into the game, and what happened when it came out of the lyricism and the lifestyle of what a rapper was, you know what I'm saying? So here's the second part of the interview. I'm not going to hold you. We are going to be moving into this, the anniversary of Parents Just Don't Understand. I'm going to get into that next, then All-Star Weekend and run up. Right now, here we go. Just queuing up real quick. Yeah, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. He's going to talk about how, you know, it's like playing grenades. Here we go.
This nigga's playing But this fool, he said, let me hear some of the records. I said, no. You either believe I got good records or you don't. If you don't believe I got them, let me leave. If you believe, give me the shit. I said, it's just like this. If I'm selling you hand grenades in an alley, I said, I'm not going to let you throw my hand grenades. You either believe I got good hand grenades or you don't. If you believe I got good hand grenades, give me the money. And if I let one who's just saying that's not the only one that's good in the case, you know what I'm saying? You can't pick. You either believe these is real or not. Let me go. The man looked at me and said, you got a lot of business sense. Have you ever been to business school? I said, no, but I sold hand grenades before. And he wrote me a check for $500,000. Now, who got them? I ain't had a record. I didn't have a group. I ain't have nothing, just nothing. But I'm walking in there with this intense attitude. So what I did after I got the money, I had to go find me some motherfucking records. And see, I told him on national TV, I said, look, when I'm on Warner Brothers, I was being pimped. That's it. They the label. When you sign a record deal, they said, look, I like you. You finna make me some money. Record, singer, whatever the fuck you do. I'm gonna give you this money. Basically, what they doing is give me some clothes so I can get out on the track, right? It's the exact same game. They're gonna work until I'm burnt out, busted, and dead. And as soon as I can't sell a record, they sending me back to the curb. Ain't no love. The biggest mistake any hoe believing the pimp really loves them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling these artists, I'm saying, yo, they don't love you. They just love the money you're capable of bringing. Right. So I work for a label. I'm a hoe, but I'm a good hoe because I know what I am. That's right. And my objective was to get to the point where I could pimp myself. And that's what I do now.
Woo. Hey, wait. I know a lot of people repeat what he was saying right there, but he just laid the game out for the next 5-10 generations. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, because nowadays these guys are more intelligent. They're more crafty. They have more outlets and more resources to involve themselves with, and they're getting the information real fast. And I appreciate them. New artists out there like the Baby and Lil Baby and all these guys out there, Megan Thee Stallion and Lizzo, they're understanding what their worth is. And, even though it's not to the point where we would like to have it, it's at a point where they can control their destiny. At least that's something for now, and I say kudos to them. Now we're going to get into one of those songs that kind of set the pace for late 80s going into the early 90s. Another young man from a hardcore environment that was able to change his life through passing the words and the culture of hip-hop into the mega multi-million dollar actor that's on demand. Even to this day, shouts out Will Smith, Fresh Prince Smith, man, and his DJ Jazzy Jeff will get Jazz out the room, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to him. This is the anniversary of the Fresh Prince. Parents just don't understand.
The same, no matter time, no place. They don't understand that us kids are going to make some mistakes. So to you other kids all across the land, there's no need to argue. Parents just don't understand. My mom took me school shopping. It was me, my brother, my mom, my pop, and my little sister all hopped in the car. We headed downtown to the Gallery Mall. My mom started bucking with the clothes she chose. I didn't say nothing at first. I just turned to my nose. She said, "What's wrong? This shirt costs $20." I said, "Mom, the shirt is plaid with a butterfly collar." The next half hour was the same old thing. My mother buying me clothes from 1963, and she lost her mind and did the ultimate. I asked her for Adidas and she bought me Zips. I said, Mom, what are you doing? You ruined my rap. She said, you're only 16. You don't have a rep yet. I said, Mom, let's put these things back, please. She said, no. You go to school to learn, not for a fashion show. I said, this is a shine. I'm not cool, Mom. I'm not gouging my please. But back to bell bottom Brady Bunch trousers. But if you don't want to, I can live with that. But you gotta put back the double knit versatile slacks. She wasn't weird. Everything stayed the same. Inevitably, the first day of school came. I thought I could get over. I tried to play sick, but my mom said, no way. Forget it. There was nothing I could do. I tried to relax. I got dressed up in the ancient artifacts. And when I walked into school, it was just as I thought. They were cracking up, laughing at the clothes Mom bought. And those who weren't laughing still had a ball, because they were pointing and whispering out and walked down the hall. I got home and told my mom how my day went. She said, if they were laughing, you don't need them, because they're not good friends. For the next 6 hours, I tried to explain to my mom that I was going to have to go through this about 200 more times. So to you other kids all across the land, there's no need to argue. Parents just don't understand. Okay, here's the situation. My parents went away on a week's vacation. They left the keys to the brand new Porsche. They mine? Well, of course not. I'll just take it for a little spin and maybe show it off to a couple of friends. I'll just cruise it around the neighborhood. Well, maybe I should. Yeah, of course I should. Pay attention, here's the thick of the plot. I pulled up to the end of my block, and that's when I saw this beautiful girly girl walking. I picked up my car phone to perpetrate like I was coughing. You should have seen this girl's bodily dimensions. I humped my horn just to get her attention. She said, was that for me? I said, yeah. She said, why? I said, come on and take a ride with the hell guy. She said, how do I know you're not sick? You could be some deranged lunatic. I said, come on, Toots. My name is the Prince. Besides, would a lunatic have a Porsche like this? She agreed and we were on our way. She was looking very good, so as I must say, word. We hit McDonald's, pulled into the drive. We ordered 2 Big Macs and 2 large fries and Cokes. She kicked the shoes off onto the floor. She said, drop that speed, turns me on. She put her hand on my knee. I put my foot on the gas. We almost got whiplash and took off so fast. The sunroof was open, the music was high, and this girl's hand was fully moving up my thigh. She had opened up 3 buttons on her shirt so far. I guess that's why I didn't notice that police car. We're doing right here in my mom's new Porsche. And to make this long story short, when the cop pulled me over, I was scared as hell. I said, I don't have a license, but I drive very well, officer. I almost had a heart attack that day. Come to find out the girl was a 12-year-old runaway. I was arrested. The car was impounded. There was no way for me to avoid being grounded. My parents had to come off on vacation to get me. I'd rather be in jail than to have my father hit me. My parents walked in and I got my grip. I said, Mom, Dad, how was your trip? They didn't speak. I said, I want to plead my case, but my father just shoved me in the car on my face. That was a hard ride home. I don't know how I survived it. They took turns. One was beating me while the other one was driving. I can't believe it. I just made a mistake. Well, parents understand no matter time or place. To you other kids all across the world, take it from me. Parents just don't understand.
What's to understand about you taking your mama? Wait a minute. Hold on. What am I to understand about him taking his mama Porsche? Yeah. Didn't even know that girl was a 12-year-old runaway. The pen was working. It made a universal song about getting in trouble, the parents not understanding. Man, shouts to Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. Universal treat. Everybody could have enjoyed that. The lyrics were simple and innocent. It wasn't all crazy like that. It was celebrated all over the place. Parties, cookouts. Definitely on the air, and that's what we represent, man. That was cool. You know what I'm saying? The beat was simple. You know what I'm saying? The cut was still on point because Jazzy Jeff don't play. You feel me? And Will Smith rocked it, you know what I'm saying? Rocked the house and I want to say that it's called innocent rap or anything like that. I don't like to put all those labels and stuff. Rap is rap. right? And you rap with what you know. But we got to understand he's also from West Philadelphia, born and raised. And he made sense a lot of stuff going on in his neighborhood that's not necessarily, you know, all the way out there. Damn, crazy. It may not represent everything that was out there in West Philly, because all of Philadelphia, especially West Philadelphia, is a hardcore place. But he was able to put himself in his feelings of what was going on in just teenage life into a rap, you know, and convey that message to people all across the globe. There's people all across the globe to this day that still love that song and love what he stood for. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Will Smith once again and the Fresh Prince. This week was the All-Star basketball weekend, NBA basketball weekend, and beautiful, great move to make the MVP of the NBA award. Basically, hold on a second. Make the MVP the Kobe Bryant award. Yeah, stump my toe. Make the MVP the Kobe Bryant award, and that's a big move. Not just for the Bryant family, and also, you know, sleep in peace and rest in peace, rest in comfort to Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant and other 7 members of the helicopter crash from earlier, later last month. And you know, remember, still people are still going. I mean, earlier this month, people are still going through the impact of it. It was so tragic and so sudden, you know. And we basically love to see this expand out. One thing that I did notice was for the slam dunk competition, and it came down to Derrick Jones Jr., or the third, I believe, and Eric Gordon. And this is the second time that I've known Eric Gordon was in the slam dunk competition, and he was just blazing it. When I seen some of the dunks he was doing, it was like ballet in the sky with the basketball. And same thing with Derrick Jones, but I did notice from my point of view that he actually did a couple of the moves, the same move actually, a couple of times, just different ways, right? But executed it very well. The full court dunk with the, you know, like maybe half a step in past the foul or the free throw line. And the level of complexity from dunk to dunk, you know, it was increasing. I thought the brother Eric Gordon had it in the bag, and you know, they just was it 3 9s? No, 2 9s. I think it was 2 9s. 48 instead of a 50, and that just like, oh, that was like crushing, you know, because he did break his leg early in the year, and it was just like his redemption period. You know what I'm saying? So him to not be able to complete that, it felt like robbery. And everybody that I seen that was around me, shouts to my man Kareem, they were like, man, you know, he really deserved that one. They just took that away from him, and you know, it was devastating. You know what I'm saying? And shout to Derrick Jones, he did do well, but he didn't put up the straight 50s like Eric Gordon did, right? And oh yeah, shouts to Dame Dollars out there, Damian Lillard, whatever that performance was. And your man's Lil Wayne, yeah. Shouts to you, Wayne. What's my damn? Sorry, y'all. I've been playing music a lot, and I didn't even get to my oh, here we go. About that, yeah, that part. Yeah. Lil Wayne, Weezy, I need to hear what you're saying. I like you came out. Great. But I didn't understand a word you were saying at that point. And it's like, okay. But when I did like really tune in, towards the end, you ended it off well. So I was like, okay. But Dame was clear. The mic was away from his mouth. He had the movements, you know, of a rapper. That's what we want to call it right now. And he did his thing. So yeah, run it up. I think that's what it was, right? So shouts to that, right? Yeah, for me. Yeah. Anyway, shouts to the NBA for doing another successful All-Star weekend, even though it was basically like setting the lowest level of 2K20 and just letting the people run across the court. You know, that was cool. Near the end, it started getting more strategic. You know, 3-point goals were going back to back and stuff like that. And of course, Kawhi Leonard. Well, I would say of course, but because there was a lot of great, solid performances. I guess the level of intensity is not there. So I feel that the passion is not there. And you know, when I know there was real rivalries back in the days in different All-Star games, and I know there were real rivalries, people wanted to push their levels up. You know what I'm saying? They really wanted to show out on the court and let the next person know, like, I ain't here to play. And that's what fueled the fire of past All-Star games that we used to watch, because that would set the pace for what was going on into the playoffs and into the championship. But this kinder, friendlier, gentler, I understand you want to protect your assets, but if you're an All-Star, you know that there's a war coming. So you prepare for the war by being a warrior, not by softening up. And that's what I don't appreciate about, not just the basketball part of it, but, today's sports in general. Not to say that they always got to go off and, and bash each other's heads and things of that nature, but definitely give an effort to let us know that, you're an all-star for a reason, and I don't know what to attribute it to. I really don't. It's kind of puzzling, so if you have any ideas about that, any comments about that, make sure you leave them in the comment section after the show is over. And definitely email, or did I leave my email? Yeah, moneychambers@gmail.com, MONEYCHAMBERS@gmail.com. What I want to go into now, I want to go into some independent music. You know what I'm saying? Because why not? We're going to run that off. Boom. And definitely celebrate the Sean Price and Fame project for the Price of Fame. Love it. Excellent. Definitely celebrate the War album of Reef Hustle. You know what I'm saying? And definitely celebrate this album. My man, The Marksman, No Disrespect, Volume 1 on Bandcamp. So, peep game. Let's get moving.
I believe this is a conversation we need to have. None of y'all had it as bad as the genie. Read headline the other night that the genie committed suicide. Underutilized, but the mind can't always keep the pace. Supreme cosmic power in an itty-bitty living space, imprisoned for millennia and millennia. Mental burden getting heavier and heavier. 3 wishes apiece, each pleading for more gold pieces to please their own needs. No one wishes for peace. Peace, please. I'm sure Genie felt every reason, felt that our fate as a human race was sealed then. The story goes on to a series of events. He turned a street rat into a prince who granted him freedom. then flew around astral planes to discover love and happiness as actual thing. Foolish lovers forget what happened during the essence of what drew them to each other. What they do is so irrational. So many lives that will ruin others. Generations of enemies that should be brothers. This needs addressing like dry salads. Asking the right questions has been my challenge. If it's awkwardly, still do it. If I met the genie, I would wish that he would talk to me. Because I've been through it. Talk to me. Let's talk about it. There's a strong possibility humans that's somewhere on the planet that somebody's going through it in a different language. I need you to see this from a different vantage point. Get advice from who will not take advantage. When the threshold for pain is way above the average, it's safe to salvage anything you love that matters. Praying with both palms, nothing happens. Learning your fate is not the product of someone's actions. Darkness, a fatal trap. Unbalanced, can fall into madness. Learn yourself, find a purpose. Gain the clarity you couldn't imagine. Gain the clarity you couldn't imagine. Clarity you couldn't imagine. Yeah. Gain the clarity you couldn't imagine. Gain the clarity you couldn't imagine. If I can say the right words to make you think twice, I would try first. Love yourself. Watch what happens. I read a headline the other night that the genie committed suicide. So underutilized. I would try. If I could say the right words to make you think twice, I would try first. I would try. I would try.
I am the darker brother. And I eat well, and I grow strong. Anybody know who Willie Lynch was?
Ladies and gentlemen, I greet ya. I am your personal speaker here to teach you about the history, fact. In fact, it might heat ya. First sit down, grab your favorite reaction, back at your seat. But if you never had a kid in your class, sit back, drag your reefer. Willie Lynch, what? Was a British slave owner in the West Indies. Smell a dead body aroma at the vision that was sitting in Willie Lynch's convention. Rich white slave owners and finest threads of convention. Rare pearls, diamond necklace of eloquence on they women. And they live by the King James Bible, unreliable scriptures. Came to Virginia, his plan arrived with a method he was eager to teach slaves on his best wish. He grabbed the mic, polished his glasses, started his session. In front of me, he pauses, he brought on total aggression. Devil's face with no signs of fear. He said he guarantees his method will control black slaves for at 300 years.
Reef Hustle, shouts to Reef Hustle, the War album. We'll cop that.
Female niggas and nigger infants. Put the fear of God
BX level quality.
I tried to get up out my seat, anger furious with the heat, fighting to clap him, but I realized I was just in a dream. Lacing my boots, cold sweater, tied to the beams of my bed, massive smoke on my head, I'm raising no steam. As he proceeded, he said, let's make a slave, start with the age. You tear apart intelligence, sex, sizes and shades. Light skin against the dark skin, let them fight in the cage. Male and female, separate them in child to be raised. Break the mother carefully, don't tarnish, I promise. You aim at the future offspring is good economics. She'll automatically be dependent and teach your boys the same way. Fuck a father's commitment, sever the original beginning. And when he's old enough, cotton picking, she'll willingly turn the eye of supervision. Just listen, you show no signs of fear. I guarantee my method will control black slaves for at least 300 years.
Keep the slave physically strong, but psychologically weak and dependent on the slave master. Keep the body, take the mind.
Yak in my cup, the neck is tough. What? I'm sticky, yo, that fuck up. I keep the blick since the niggas clap my truck up. The wax had me gagging after one puff. I remember bagging jumps up. Now it's a half for one stuff in the trunk. I stack my funds up. Call my savage and have his gun bust. Then they find you wrapped in plastic in a dump truck. Fuck, only pimp Theodores. I pull up with a bitch, they thought it was read it off. My little head bustin', keep his tool ringing off. Got 2 bodies this summer, he said he needs some more. It's great marijuana, direct from the farmer. My enemies is all garners, guess it was karma, trauma. 4 keys in your baby mom's a mantra. Big ass gun like something out of Contra. Don't make me spray it, nigga. Bodies dropping 5K, nigga. Green light, you know how I play it, nigga. Red October, yeah, nigga. Loud, moving slow, I had to hear it, nigga. Still ill when I write it. When they don't name me top 5, I feel slighted. Niggas be talking, but when I'm around, they real quiet. You can pray to Jesus all you want, you still crying, motherfucker.
Yo, this is
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
I'm about to bring you Brownsville Project's finest. Son, who that? It's my motherfucking road dog. So what's his name?
Oh, shit. Dude, my YouTube views of my skits better than all your bullshit. Bullpiff, spit shit on the pulpit. Talking makes Falcon Crest fulfillment the full clips. Check out my melody. Cop pulled me over the soldier. Checked out my felonies. Few lines newer. Duke from shooter. Junior. Donkey showing 2-time loser. One more strike in the mouth. Sun raw, no wind drawn. Sean fighting it out. 52 block. I'm critical. Box your face. Fucking shot in your shell. So relative spot of my gay stuff. I'm playing the game. Lane be playing the game of dice. Peter Pop all. Pistols. I'm playing the game of life. Big shit called 12, we tell it 7. See you in hell, details at 11. And you should know that I don't fuck around.
Nah, I don't fuck around.
Every time I come around,
anytime I come around,
motherfuckers hit the ground.
Cause I know my way around. Get down, lady.
You should know that I don't fuck around.
Nah, I don't fuck around.
Every time I come around,
anytime I come around,
motherfuckers hit the ground.
Cause I know my way around. Get down, lady.
From down the hill with fire come with them grills. Different feel, not the mind of an infant, but infant nails. It's the bar parade. Y'all be floating you like a used brigade. Sharp wit, y'all couldn't cut it with the katana blade. Get the smoker, they creep up on you and choke you. I pay the gold, trying not to hit the pins like a bowler. Dark souls, we displaying metal like car shows. Get the dough, we done house more white than dark slow. Don't be a barcode and get lined up. It's nothing gastric, but by the stomach, know it's something tucked. This bitch is custom. What you cut from, not a custom. From the bell, no vodka. We do the Russian, that's recon. Hands moving like the Weon. In the game, better stay froggy, but never leave wrong. So guard your grip, the very click. I'm from Strauss, but the only auto parts is clips and we rip.
You should know that I don't fuck around.
Nah, I don't fuck around.
Every time I come around,
anytime I come around,
motherfuckers hit the ground.
Cause I know my way around. Get down, lady.
Yeah. Shouts to him. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. Sean Price, you know what I'm saying? Still delivering some good wisdom all the time. Got tons of it out there, man. I'm glad, you know what I'm saying? I hope everything goes to his family. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Duck Down Records. Definitely shouts out to the MOP squad, you know what I'm saying? Brownsvillians, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to Fame, you know what I'm saying? Daz, L, Flip, you know what I'm saying? Fox, Tef, yeah, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to the boot camp clip. Still float, still flying, you know what I'm saying? At a high level, keep soaring, you know what I'm saying? To the Smith & Wesson, Rock Monster, you know what I'm saying? OGC, you know what I'm saying? From Strain, the Top Dog, the Henny Low. Yeah, all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? Dan the Man, Shucky Ducky, everybody out there doing their thing from the Brooklyn level. And it's Rusty Jukes, definitely Rusty Jukes, because I'm going to play that next, him and Conway, to show you that connection right there, because they are called spitters and all that. You know what I'm saying? And then come back around to West Side Gun with Royce, I'm saying, on Royce's newest projects. I like how the brothers are getting around. Everybody is knowing each other, and they delivering high quality music. You know what I'm saying? The women out there doing it big. Shout out to Side Rock. You know what I'm saying? Oshun still repping out there. Rhapsody, heavy level, hardcore, high quality, 3D, 9T. There's people out there, Jean Grey. Oh man, on a high level, on a major level. There's people out there crazy rapping. You can always go back to people like Apani B Fly, you know, what's the homegirl name? I don't want to what's her name up. Ty Phoenix, yeah, Ty Bleezy, yeah. I see y'all out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about, recognition of people that don't usually get their voice on the mainstream level or the big screen and stuff like that. Not yet. They're about to tap there. They're about to tap over there, but not yet. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, the big screen and all the mainstream people got to come over there and check game and peep game. Shouts to Young and May and them movement. We talked about them on the block a couple of weeks ago, and you know, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for tuning in. We're going to do 3 more tracks. I'm going to holler off, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you get the Googles and all that. Run the Cash App through and all that. Nah, you're not going to do all that. But, you know, make sure you have a peaceful journey to where you're going to be and where you're about to go. Much prosperity. Let's go.
Wrong is going in with a wig shot. Drop you off of a bridge while your kids watch. Trigger finger itching in the cig pot. So you know you getting shot if you dig fly. 41mm, that's the big watch. Might buy every bottle with Spade Club Live got. The mailman just brought me a big box. 100 sours, I'ma bag it over Liz. Bag that shit up. Smoking biscotti out of White Plains. Floating a Ferrari out on White Plains. Every other week the feature prep change. Cause all I do is level up and I just write things. Damn, look how much my life changed. 20 on my neck and that was life change. I stay with Younger, he got nice aim. Hit a nigga in his dome before the light changed.
Salute the Cucamonga cracker killer. Shooting down that sucker shit and bringing back the gorilla. The puppet master got you on the string. Told you was born in sin, but you was born king. Colonizers claiming ownership after they stole the land and every nigga on the ship. Rodrigo Bajia and his son Caesar get you gasping for air, taking one breather. Sheeple coming in flocks just to follow this. The truth is like a horse pill. Can you swallow this? Or you content being a happy slave? Our ancestors turning over in their fucking graves. All these devils staying on cold while we praying for a savior laying on the road. Ran over by the same truck, hoping for a different outcome is insane. Them telling the fairy tale fable. Spit truth to the grave from the grave. The Fahrenheit's fierce when I flame them. You know what harder rapper from the underground and name them. Bet you I broke that turn you would run through your clique, but your folks now word. His bars malnourished, my flow's about to flourish. It's the original black man, I'm Morris.
Wait. Yo, Jukes is going hero hand, B. He's going crazy, son. Jukes is on some other stuff right now, man. Yo, shout out to Jukes. He's been on his grind for like, yo, I like the execution of the series myself. You be familiar with Rusty Jukes, and you know, from early on, rocking on stage with Smith and Wesson, Black Moon. Shouts to them brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? That FAP click, all that. You know what I'm saying? Jukes been holding it down, Franklin Airway, Brooklyn, all that. And for him to do what he's doing right now is just phenomenal, man. And I hope he get all the accolades that he deserves, because he's putting in some powerful work right there. Man. I'm gonna go back to this. Yeah,
ancestors turning over in their fucking graves. All these devils sailing on cold while we praying for
hold on.
the sin, but you was born a king. Colonizers claiming ownership after they stole the land and every nigga on the ship. Rodrigo Bajia and his son Caesar got you gasping for air, taking one breath. Sheeple coming in flocks just to follow this. The truth is like a horse pill. Can you swallow this? or you content being a happy slave. Our ancestors turning over in their fucking graves. All these devils staying on cold while we praying for a safe and on the road. Ran over by the same truck, hoping for a different outcome is insane. MCs telling a fairy tale fate. Shook spit truth to the grave from the grave. The Fahrenheit's fierce when I flame them. You know a harder rapper from the underground and name them. At you I roast that turkey would run through your clique, but your folks now word. His bars malnourished, my flow's about to flourish. It's the original black man, I'm Morris.
Woo! Wah, bah, bah, bah. West Side Gunner, voice to 5'9". What it do? Boom, 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 boom.
Wish you well, heard you got 30 up north inside me. He ain't needing no scale, moving shells and Bloomingdale's. Word on the street, he had truth to sell. Pitched the way your mouth like a root canal. Ashton with the mansion room, festivals. Put 10 on your head, I bet to get the soon. Course Zion got 30, Brown got 50. I better cook a brick in the jiffy. Oh, damn slang dope, baby, check that's baby, bro. Ain't home scrambling, all you heard is ambulance. Somebody got hit on the corner, doing hand in hands, 12-12s out the minivan, had a ceiling fan. Dashboard had a chandelier. Sold grants for years, backing up, tasting tears. Hit him up close, she got a face to face. Where I'm from, Popeyes overrated. If you got 5 bodies, then you famous. Get the hammer from the brick, we gotta break it. Shit, bro, blended nigga. Damn slang dope. 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 I need your sweet love. I got your sweet. I need your sweet love. I got your sweet.
In search of right, like the birth of Christ, breaking every generational curse in life. Perverse concise, make sure the verse is right. Return who it first to the earth, make sure that my hearse is white. In the contract, Jewish to match a grind that's foolish. A Quran that's Buddhist. Rapping so my Quran and the non-stack moolah. As I signed on the dotted line with the passion of a blind tattooist in reaction to slithers from lizard's mouth. Whoop, this is your first and your last pass. I ain't gonna put it on blast, your punk ass know what this about. You think it's about being loud or trying to be hostile, so you get found face down on the ground outside of Kid Rock House. Though you a vulture pundit, I hope you get sober from this. Men lie, women lie, so do numbers. The energy never lies when you are overcomer. The energy never dies when you are overcomer. I don't rhyme for the likes, I'm who the jealous target. I'm underground for life, this shit is a seller's market. The rich get richer, the poor get more greedy. We need clans aided, what's owed in these board meetings. Rappers catch L's after the squeezing and fold feces. Crackers patting themselves after the teachings of Morris Levy. But I was dubbed the greatest by the gossip. You can cut the haters from this spider cockpit. It's Jacob Custom makes me fire watches. Inspired by Cool J driving styles with cut creator right beside him. Driving Mazdas not as labeled drug related by the coppers. A government that through the republic has been subjugated by the mobsters. Martin got shot on the Lorraine balcony, became alchemy. Was spit on at the hospital when suffocated by the doctors. Michael was sniped at 6 at night precisely by a laser. Mac Miller died pleading for his life, reciting God's prayer. Immaculately conceived, the product of Nas' labor. Ain't shit like me, I'm Chris Lighty, I'm far later. Dedicated to
Whoa. Yeah, we want to cut that short a little bit so you can get a glimpse of that yourself. You know what I'm saying? That was Overcomer from Boyz II 5'9" and Westside Gun. Man, shouts to him. Let me put that cam on one more time. Yes, thank you for coming through on the block, bboxradio.com. The online series. We're going to do this again. I'm thinking maybe Wednesday, Thursday. We could do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to the homies. They out there doing the thing. You know, it's a President's Day thing. Who's your favorite president? Yeah, that part. No, shouts to all of our guests. You know, we're here. You know, we're able to speak what we need to speak, right? Where we want to wear. Yeah, but on top of all those things, you know, people stayed home from work. Some people stayed home from school. We're glad you got that little bit of rest, got that little bit of, you know, rejuvenated energy going. So we can strive to the next phases and states of awareness, raise the vibration, continue to raise the vibration. I'm not going to hold you too long, but like I said, I do want to talk to you about the Sean Price with Fame joint. We're going to make sure we do that on the show. Definitely the Drago's Wave. That's something important to me. I definitely want to hit you off with. A little bit more into the review of the No Disrespect joint by Marksman. He's saying some quality stuff on that, and also the changes of the lyric. It's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, there's a lot of great work out there. Continue to be a part of it. Continue to push the envelope in your own lives. You know, spread love. You know, today was this past weekend was the Love Zone Day, aka Valentine's Day, and I see you spend some money out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for my present. I thought you loved me. But shouts to y'all, man, making things happen. Blessed. And tune in. It's beautiful. Peace, oneness.